And they called the blind man, saying unto him, be of good comfort, rise up. He's calling you. I'm going to get to say that to somebody in this room. I can't wait. In the next few minutes, I'm going to get to point to somebody somewhere. I'm going to begin to make an appeal to one section or another of this auditorium. And I'm going to say, he's calling you. Well, now, you might not get excited about that, but somebody's going to get excited. He's calling you. Come. And he, casting away his garment, rose and came to Jesus. And Jesus answered and said unto him, what wilt thou that I should do unto thee? And the blind man said unto him, Lord, that I might receive my sight. Everybody say, believe it anyway. Believing involves acting. Put on the costume and start acting. This is what turns God on. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. Faith is acting like you got it. Put on the costume of faith. You say, well, I don't know what to say. Here's the script. Memorize the script. Some of you got it, some of you don't get it. Some of you never acted, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're an actor, you got to have a script. Somebody may make a costume, but you got to feed words to somebody so they memorize. Faith is not your words, but faith is the script. So faith is acting, speaking, and thinking. And whatever role you play, you got to think on this role. I'm speaking this part, and I'm acting this act. Now, everybody, put on your costume of faith. Start speaking to those mountains. Start act like. Read the script. Let the poor say I'm rich. You're looking at me like, what? Bible says, let the poor say I'm rich. Let the weak say I'm strong. Let the sick say I'm healed. Believe it anyway. You have got to act like you're healed. You have got to act like you're rich when you don't have any money. You got to walk into that business and say, it's doing bad, but today is a brand new day. You got to get up and face that man who's been yelling at you for the last 5 days until you look at him and start act like it. He is Romeo. And you're Juliet. Until he says, what are you acting like? I'm just acting like. Well, could you get a different house robe? You've been wearing that one for 5 years. And could you change your house slippers? Them things have been in this house for 12 years. And look at him and just get up on your tiptoes on those dirty house slippers and just walk right out of that room and give it a little wiggle and doesn't matter. You got to act like you're somebody. Don't act like what he's told you yesterday, that you were this and you were that and that. You got to act like, baby, you don't know what you've got. One of these days, God's going to open up your eyes. That was a good time for all the women to get happy right there. You must act. That's what God is saying. Faith is acting